responsibility that I stand before you today to address this important gathering at this sensitization program, as we tackle some of the most pressing issues facing the solid minerals in Nigeria. Today's program is designed to address four interlinked areas of paramount importance: climate change, the environmental obligation of mining companies, community and social issues, and the effective operationalization of environmental protection and rehabilitation fund. Each of these elements play a critical role in ensuring that our mining practices are sustainable, responsible, and aligned with both national and global environmental goals. Firstly, climate change is an urgent challenge that requires our immediate and collective action. As professionals in the mining sector, we have a significant role to play in reducing our carbon footprints and mitigating environmental impacts. This program will provide valuable insights into how our industry can adapt to and address climate change, ensuring that our operations contribute positively to the broader climate objectives. Secondly, understanding and fulfilling our environmental obligations is not just a mere requirement, but a fundamental aspect of responsible mining. Our duty extends beyond mere compliance. It encompasses a commitment to proactive environmental stewardship. We will delve into the specific obligations that mining companies must adhere to and employ best practices for meeting these requirements effectively. We'll be sure that mining companies and mining communities are carried along in mining operations. That is why the federal government thought it wise to enshrine community development agreements in the Nigerian Minerals and Economic Benefits.
The organization is non-profit organization, but is built on strength, resilience, and ingenuity of countless professions, driving innovation, fostering inclusive growth, and paving the way for a more equitable future. Women in mining embodies the spirit of collaboration and empowerment. We recognize that diversity is not just a goal, but a cornerstone of progress. By supporting and uplifting one another, we can create an environment where every voice is heard and every talent is nurtured. As we move forward, let us continue to champion equality and opportunity for all. Let us celebrate our achievements. We are breaking barriers and inspiring the next generation of leaders in our field. Together we can build a mining industry that is not only technologically advanced, but also socially responsible and inclusive.
At Mineral Resources and Environmental Management Committee, we are committed to fostering collaboration and cooperation among our stakeholders and monitoring of mining companies' compliance to environmental standards, the most which enhance development in the mining sector. This sensitization program is a crucial step toward achieving our goals. Therefore, I look forward to collaborating with stakeholders to promoting sustainable mining practices and empowering local communities impacted by mining activity. As we embark on this program, I encourage you to take advantage of every opportunity to learn new things, network, share value experience with each other, and build relationships that can enhance your work. Also, we appreciate the opportunity to focus on our collective quest to ensure sustainable and orderly development and exploitation of mineral resources in Ondo State.
this is critical time, the time of hardship. The companies have been trying. This time around, we want them to try more because of the economy went down. And talk of skill, we want all the companies to put more effort in engaging people in skilled job. At the same time, we want to still encourage the companies to give learning to the community, of which there are some mentioned in their various companies. Let them engage the community people in learning all those machines. So this will be an advantage to the community people.
Sent to the ministry, you get an approval first before you commence. We're well aware that the Federal Ministry of Environment is the custodian of all environments. So as a ministry, you collaborate with Federal Ministry of Environment to carry out environmental and social impact assessment. The second one is Environmental Protection and Rehabilitation Program. This document is extracted from your EMP, which is Environmental Management Plan, which is part of your EIA. So you can't jump and do an EPRP when you've not done an EIA, because you need the EMP to develop your EPRP. I ask again, are we compliant? When are we supposed to do that? We're supposed to carry out EPRP before commencement. As soon as you're done with your EIA. Similarly, community development agreements. I'm glad when the Royal Father, the rep of the Royal Father said they are peace-loving people and that the mining companies are trying. So I think we should clap for the mayor title holders in Ondo. For a community leader to say you're trying, then I think you are really trying. But it's not enough to just try. You would have to carry out a community development agreement with your host community. It is different from corporate social responsibility. CDA is mandatory, it's in the law, it's a legal document where you transfer social and economic benefits to the mining host communities. CSR is voluntary. You could decide to do it for social license or not to do it, but for CDA it is mandatory. And it's also before the commencement of operations. Then we have fuel storage plan. If you envisage that you're going to store hazardous liquids over 2,000 liters in your facility, you're expected to carry out a fuel storage plan. A well-designed plan, taking note of the fact that oils or hazardous liquids, when they seep into the ground, it can degrade the environment.
Meet you, your name and your portfolio.
My name is Engineer Fadari Odubenda Okoyemi. I've just retired from the Ministry of Mines and Steel Development and retired as a Federal Mines Officer.
Wow, nice meeting you in person, and of course you are the right person, one of the right persons to talk to concerning what is going on in mines today. All right, sir, what is your take on this kind of gathering for your ministry and for Nigerians generally?
The gathering is to sensitize.
Right.
When you sensitize, you provoke people into action. They know what's supposed to do. Areas where they have made mistake should be corrected. And at the same time, their responsibility. The ministry have our own responsibility, the community have, the host community have their own responsibility, and also the investors, the miners, they have their responsibility. In the process of charging their responsibility, must be legalized. They must not do things that actually inimical or that will jeopardize our environment at the same time jeopardize our community. However, that is why we need to give them, to guide them properly to know what to do at the persisting. And if they fail, if they err, we have the right to sanction them to make sure that they are brought back to the right track.
All right, moving forward, sir, do you think Nigerians have been benefiting from these foreign investors?
You see, it's symbiotic relationship.
Right.
The foreign investors also, they come with their money to invest in this country. But most of them, they misbehave in the course of their investment. They jeopardize our environment. They do things and they also disappear into thin air. That is the reason why this ministry is saddled with responsibility to correct this anomaly, to make sure that areas where mining takes place
Yes.
is mitigated after the mining activity. There are reclamation plans 25 years after the mining inception. So the host community also will benefit also through the CDA section 116 of Mineral and Mining Act, and also they will also benefit also to reclaim and to do their environmental obligations.
Right. Moving forward, sir, or lastly, rather, do you have any recommendation for federal government right now on this?
Yeah, the recommendation I have for the federal government is that, judging by economic situation of Nigeria now, the federal government should come in as a head to assist the local investors that want to go into mining operation. In fact, there are some parts of the world, there are some countries that don't even allow any foreigner to go into their mining industry.
Exactly.
They do it themselves and they also export it. In fact, if the Nigerian government can fund mining sector, the proceeds shall be more than the proceeds that we are realizing from oil these days. So mining sector is the next area where Nigeria can generate enough funds to take care of our responsibilities.
Wow. Thank you very much, sir, for bearing out your mind brilliantly on this. We wish, moving forward, we wish Nigerians will get it right in the mines and solid mineral ministry in Nigeria. Challenges right now you personally feel can be addressed in the mining industry sector in Nigeria? Just one.
Well, I think, like rightly stated, in the course of the
Presentation, yeah.
presentation or sensitization, or maybe somebody asking a question. The major challenge is like, the workers, the staff, being sincere with their work. Sincerity, knowing what you're doing, just knowing that, putting yourself in other people's shoes, knowing that you going to, like, maybe, for example, now they are talking about issue of double tasking and all that. It's not that we are not aware, but our hands are tied, so to say, because we are not the ones taking decisions. You feel for them, like the example given, the woman that is looking for loan to, if she had that amount of money, why would she, like 20 billion, why would she go and look for loan?
No, she said 15 million.
Okay, 15 million.
Yes, to execute her project.
Yeah.
All right, we appreciate your time. I thank you for your take on this, ma. God bless.
Holders is either they are using a representative that it does not belong from the individuals and that. So we need to sit down and look for guidelines. Do guidelines that is going to guide both the mineral title holders and the host communities. The objectives of the CDA guidelines: provision of the elements and general content of the CDA, specifying an acceptable structure of the CDA among others. Why the review in the year 2023? The review took place simply because there should be negotiation between the community, host community, and mineral title holder. Though the guideline that was produced in the past, before this review, if you see the new guidelines, there are three meetings. We have completion meeting, final meeting, and negotiation meeting. In those days, you only sit down, do the meetings. So meeting is not being identified that this is
So that is why we are through the Mines Environmental Compliance Department of the ministry doing about harmonizing all of this so that we don't kill these industries in the name of environmental degradation.
Portfolio first.
Akinwuli Idowu, representing His Royal Highness Oba Olumakaye Henry.
All right.
His Royal Highness the Onikore of Ofosun Kingdom.
All right, nice meeting you in person. Quickly, sir, today the Ministry of Mineral, Solid Mineral, is putting this together for the Nigerian people. And we're trying to look at the problems and challenges and equally the solutions to how we can really tap into mineral solid in this country and get our natural resources right so that we can generate revenues for the GDP of the entire nation. So quickly, what is your take on having these people, especially foreigners in our communities, searching out our mineral resources, our natural resources?
All right, thank you. I want to say those investors, they are coming to this country to build and to develop the country. And at the same time, by coming to this country, they are providing job to the citizen. So they have been of an advantage to the entire country, particularly the host community. They have been benefiting a lot of things from them.
The host communities are benefiting from the foreign investors.
From the foreign
so you're encouraging the fact that more foreigners should come into our forests and bushes and tap into our natural resources.
Yes.
But is that not an advantage to Nigerians?
It's an advantage. Big
okay,
advantage.
not disadvantage.
It's an advantage.
All right. Thank you very much, sir, for speaking to us on this. God bless you.
The federal government is pulling, the state government is pulling, the community is pulling, everybody is pulling. One thing that we should get clear is that solid minerals is in the exclusive legislative list. It is under the control of the federal government. So I would also use this opportunity to appeal to the state government, to the local governments, to the communities. Please, let us collaborate and develop the solid minerals resources. When we overburden these mineral title holders with so much taxation, they will go out of business and then they will do illegalities. We as a ministry, we understand that the Federal Ministry of Environment is the custodian of the whole environment. That is why for EIA, even though the Act says that we can also approve EIA, for EIA we have an MOU with the Federal Ministry of Environment where they carry us along in all the process of EIA. So even when we go to your site, we ask you for the EIA statement approved by Federal Ministry of Environment, because that is that one that we recognize. I'm glad we have Nezra in the house, our beautiful grown babies of environment. You know how it is when you have agencies. By the time they have sprung off from a ministry, they will have to show some muscles that they have come, you know. And then because they are autonomous, they will come with all those their fines. And by the time they summer you with those fines, you pay the fines, they give you environmental consultants, you carry out an audit,